Hey everyone, let's build the Deep Sea Explorer Submarine by LEGO City. This is set number 60379, contains 842 bricks, retails for $109.99, and this set was provided to me by the LEGO Group for early review. So this is what we're going to be working today, along with this. So they're broken up into two manuals. There are 8 bags, and it doesn't really tell you what you're doing, it just jumps right on in. So that's pretty much how it is. And yeah, we're going to start off with a very interesting minifigure, but we also have some stickers. And so far what I'm seeing in some of these newer city sets, the stickers are not bad. They're just a little sheet, which is what you would expect from one of these type of things. So I have the bag one here all ready to go, and we got our stickers here, and let's get going. And this is one of those interesting minifigures in here. And yeah, we've already seen that face before. And yeah, so I'm trying to do is get a lot of this stuff done here today. And actually we got a bunch of minifigure parts in here. I hope I grabbed the right bag, because I've been kind of really trying to get some stuff done here. So obviously this must belong to that. And we'll slowly piece things together here as we go. Okay, so a little bit of the lighting situation here. I got the head for this. I gotta make sure that that's all I'm putting together on him. No, I gotta get an oxygen tank. I found all the stuff for the lights, except for a way to attach it to the tripod, so I'm going to have to make a way. And this is what I have right here. I have about 200 of these little things. And they're meant for track lighting, except these are LEDs. It's the box that I had got from Surplus years ago. I got the harness for this. I just got to figure out a way to do it. So my goal is eventually to attach these to the tripod, so I can have a light here and a light over there and stuff like that. So you don't see this dark shadow right here. You won't. This will be lit up on this end. So hopefully I can get that going. And we got the shaved side hair piece. But yeah, I'm hoping to do that. And I don't know when I'm going to have it done, but I did do a test on a thumbnail, and it really worked. So that's the thing that I'll be doing here. And at first I thought this was a mullet like that. You could use it as a slick back, but they have it like this. You know, I don't know. Okay, I mentioned in a few other videos with this same, they have the same gal in a few others, other builds. I think it's a gal. And I've never had that style of haircut before, and thank goodness for that one. I know some have had it, and it looks okay on them, but for me, especially at my age, it just doesn't work. Alright. And now we are going to continue on, and this book is mighty big. Let's see if I can do it over here. And I'm trying to think of a way how I want to assemble the, well, this doesn't fit on there. Oh, that's right, we got to line up this little gap in there, but it still doesn't stay on there very well. And we got to put the flippers on this guy. So this set has 8 bags. I'm not going to stick with the manual format, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stick with just doing 4 in one installment and 4 in another installment. Now, I only have 9 of these sets left that I have to do in various categories. So I'm going to try to do is get these done as fast as I can, just so I can move on and do some bigger and better things. Nothing wrong with these. I just want to get back into mock building and work on that room and stuff like that. I've been wanting to get onto for quite some time. So. And yeah, I finally find the stuff for the lights and stuff, but I figured, there's the camera. I thought, well, I have to get going on this. And the blonde wig belongs to this guy here. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. At least Lego's getting to the modern times, at least. And then now we can start on the, looks like a mech suit or something. Mechs. I don't know, but I did read one of your comments that you don't like them zoomed in, you'd rather have these zoomed out. But this is zoomed out, I think. Yeah, so you're in luck. So maybe, just tell me what works, what doesn't work, then we can make these even better. Because what may work for me may not work for you. So pretty soon, like I said, we'll have light coming this way, and I guess I can plug that thing in. My laptop's plugged in here, and I've been kind of working on the other videos and stuff, trying to get things done. Just getting projects completed, and just, yeah, getting everything kind of completed here, which is kind of cool, just to get it out of the way. Oh, and this does come with a brick separator. And all right, we got this weird piece here. I don't know what that's for. And then it's kind of like some kind of a shell piece. And one of these 2x2 plates with bow with the graphics printed on there that I can't get it in there. There we go. So I've been getting more requests for houses and stuff, and I'm going to see if I can do it eventually. Get some houses here ready to go. Well, that just fell apart. And looks like this goes like this, and this folds up like that. So I think a minifigure is meant to fit in there eventually. So what I'm planning on doing, I got a couple of tutorial ideas. I found something that would work, except my old famous problems that I always have in Lego is they always have the parts, but never in the right color. So that's kind of a bummer for me, because I was like, crap, I could just finish this up real quick and get a tutorial done. I might be able to do something, an alternative method for it, but I was like, it'd be nice, to get it going. Yeah, maybe I can. We'll see. Now, see, the good thing about this type of a channel is that I can talk to you about more the raw stuff that's going to happen. So you do not have to, well, let's just unhinge this. You do not have to, be in the dark. All right, we're going to have to make 2 of these. And I was at a place today where I got dog hair all over me. So you may see some hairs flying around here. Yeah, so I just want to get these done so I can move on and do the... I already got summer fun. If I have some better ideas, I'll replace them with the newer stuff. I was hoping the campground would have got a lot more views. And here's a little tidbit. If you don't want to see a lot of reviews, get more people to watch the mocks and tutorials, and I don't have to make as many of these reviews to fill the channel up. It means I can focus on the cool stuff. Got to make 2 of these. And then the hole goes on the side. So I don't know what this is yet. We don't know. We have no clue. All right. Take some bales. Oh, wait a minute, where do these go? Okay, these go on here. Okay, these must be the legs. Let me fold this up here. You're gonna need to have this folded up. And they're gonna go like that. And here I thought I was done making mechs, but now we're doing it again. An underwater mech suit. So looks like bag number 1 just does 2 minifigures and then this. And these go, I think, inside the tubes. Be careful because this thing's starting to get a little crunchy. Matter of fact, I'm just going to fold that open and just stick my finger in there just to make sure. And then close that up. It's still kind of top heavy. And we got to make 2 more duplicates of something here. Alrighty. And yeah. Once again, I have company over this time. It's a late night build too. You may hear some noise in the background. And I'm going to try to do is get done with this hopefully in a day or 2. Now, as far as for processing videos, I have been slinging videos out left and right. And it just feels like I'm not getting any videos done per se. It just feels kind of like I'm being dragged out here, and I think what it is that I'm bogged down with review offers. But I was going through going to order some parts, but a lot of these pieces that I need, they're already in these sets. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I can get started on a couple of house builds early. Alright, and then we have a couple of these things here. Like it's some kind of a halo light. I don't know. Maybe it's the eyes, we don't know. It looks like they're just on the bottom portion of the steering wheel. They're not quite straight, so you just set them down here like this. I'm just going to wait until they bump up against this right here. And then the steering wheel thing goes like this with the lights on the top like that. And then the next thing is this nice little dome here. All right. And then the badass undercut girl gets to be put in there. We'll put her in there. Let's see if she probably wants to play with this. She's got the wrench. So we'll take the wrench out here. We'll put her in there real quick. Maybe she doesn't fit in there. Stick her in there like that. Does this close up all the way with her hands down? It looks like it does. And then like that. That's as far as it closes. But it shows that it closes... Well, her head is bumped right in the top. That's about as far as it'll close. So, I don't know. Make sure I have her in there all the way too. Let's push her back, see if that helps. No, she keeps hunching over. So I don't know, it's just, well, Now she's full-blown bald now, but yeah, I don't like that mech thing. It seems like that was just kind of like something they threw in here. There we go. So far that thing just does not work very well, but I'm going to check my work here real quick and make sure I did everything correctly, and it looks like I did. Let's close it up all the way. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just meant to be like that. But still, it's just kind of sloppy there, but that's what you're essentially doing for bag one. And there's not too many spare pieces. We didn't use stickers yet, so that's pretty good. Okay, now we're going to build bag two. This one's not too bad. And I think we're working on, looks like we're going to be starting to work on the submarine here. Okay, let's get the boring minifigures out of the way first. We got two of them we're going to have to do. Not sure how many we have, but let's get them going here. One of them's got a syringe. I'll go ahead and throw that. Wow, this sure makes sense for this guy. I think he's probably the medic or something, but with the facial hair, and then the unkept hair right there. Yeah, you can tell what he's been up to. And then now we can do the other one here. So, one side head for this gal. There's the pants. I mean, she needs a life jacket. Now I'm glad I looked. I'm just going to start sticking things on right now, getting it done here. Okay. So, eventually, I'm going to have all these done, and I need to find some time to start parting out sets for mocks and stuff. And there you go. She's done there. That's it. Set those off to the side. Now we can do the fun stuff. And now I need to find something out of the bulk bin. These are parts you'd use for a jet or something. I need these in white. But now I know what these look like, but I need to find a cockpit piece that's 6 studs, or 8 studs. I have some that are in 6 though. So let's get going here and start placing parts down. And I'm glad to see that, wait, I made a mistake. There's supposed to be a plate that goes underneath it. How do you get that out of? That's what those holes are for. Now, if you have no way to pull this out, you're going to need to rustle up a cross axle or something. A regular brick separator is probably not going to do any good. See, I can't get that in there. So I need to get me a cross axle. Now, the cross axle is not included, so what you do, you just have to find one in your collection and just use that, pop that loose. That's what always they have holes. If there was no holes in there, that would almost be nearly impossible to get out of there without having to pry it out. So just remember that goes in, and then this piece goes in on top. And I'm hoping this build is broken down in such a way that it'd be real easy to build. So I'm just hoping it's all modular at this point. It'll make it easier to build. And 1x6 plate right here. And a couple of 2x4 flats and some of these. So that's what we're using these for. Oh, that kind of works out perfect in there, huh? I don't think we have a piece that fits that, unfortunately. If you're having an airplane, you can just have your tail wing hanging out of that too. Well, no, they actually have this. Well, I had it, but this is what they have right here. It's not as pretty, you know, and two palisades there. Oh, that just did not want to go in. Oh, okay. Like, did I do something wrong? Well, the pin's refusing to go in. Lately, these friction pins have been kind of a turd to get in. I've been having difficulties getting the stuff to work, and especially in Mills plates. I had to use the regular Technic pins for them. And then this goes here. Yeah, so far, you just have to watch what you're doing when you're building this set. Okay. And then we got some of these little printed 1x4 flat tiles with the hazard symbol on them, or the caution tape. Like, this is a hazardous area, you don't want to go in there. And then I think, okay, just be careful, don't push that in all the way. I almost did. There's supposed to be a 1x2 opening there. And then stick that there. And put that there. And I'm getting a little tired, but I think what I'm going to do here is, like I said, once I get all these filmed and done, and that's it, then I can go about my business and do some of the better stuff. Not that these are any better, but I'd like to do some freehand stuff. And I've been getting more questions. Where's the next mocks at? I'm like, or the tutorials? I'm like, you just have to wait. And I think I may have a way to do parts list on the memberships. So you can save the image on a desktop, but you won't be able to save them on phones. So I'm probably going to have to do a text-based in there. So if you're on the mobile device, I'll see if you can copy the text. If you can't, then it's kind of useless for that at that point. I think mobile, you're just meant to read and stuff. But what if I wanted a user to download some of those images? That's the issue there. This is supposed to be a submarine. I don't know. So far, it's kind of... it's hard to say. Now, obviously, this is not going to float with the holes. What's all different colors in there? And then a couple of these here. How far does that go back? Okay, these go all the way back against those palisade bricks. And a couple of angler plates here. So far it's pretty colorful. When I was doing the part exploration, I wasn't really feeling the parts in this set. Sometimes you'll get a vibe from a palette, and you're like, this doesn't look too fun. And now, well, that's hard to put in there. Maybe we should have stuck those on the things first and shoved those in there. But once I start working on this, it doesn't look like it would be a half bad build. We don't know. You know, it seems pretty cool. And then this one goes here like that. And then over here, it's just one of these. It's not going to be a mirror. Oh, I did get a question. How do you make one of my vehicles a European model? You just have to build it in mirrored form. But if I get enough requests for those, I may end up doing, well, let's say I build a pickup truck and you want a European version of it. I'm thinking about doing another portion of the building guide strictly for that use. So there'd be another version of the guide for European builders as well. But I think I'm going to do those upon request at the moment. But it's got to be something that I already have posted for sale or on Patreon. I won't do it in video tutorial though. But for the most part, you can mirror things. It's, you know. Okay. And then, you know, I was thinking about doing another house, which is kind of hard when you're doing these. I think this just fits right here. Now you notice I'm not committing to anything. Okay, you're going to be tempted to put it here. Put this right in there. That's what I first thought it fit in there, but now that fits like that. And you've got to crown it off with some of these in here, just to lock that in so it doesn't come off. And I'm not into like submarines and stuff like that, but kind of just curious to see how this build turns out. You know, how's it gonna look? You know, how's it gonna function here? Well, we have a white seat in here. What I'm going to start with the radiator grill. Okay, it goes right in between there. You wouldn't know that, and I'll show you here. That grill was kind of hidden in there. You look right here, I barely could see that. So, and the other seat faces the other way. I don't know what we're doing here. It's kind of weird. And we got some reflector things. I've done this with my vehicle builds too. I'll show you here in a second in the building guide. I mean, my building guides are pretty much Lego quality at this point. Stuff like this, when I do my side mirrors from my cars, I do that same thing now. And because you won't know, but it makes a lot more sense to do that. And then it just, you know, like I said, my building guides are pretty top notch. Even I'm satisfied with the building guides. You know, I make sure that I can follow it. And if I can follow it, I know you could be able to follow it too. And which way does this go? Okay, looks like the stud portion goes inside here. I'm assuming that's inside. And that's it for bag number 2. We still haven't even tackled the stickers yet. So we're going to continue on with number 3. And we're going to see here how good this is going to be. Now, if I had the light here, you wouldn't see this dark shadow here. But I'm thinking about that ring light. Oh yes. But don't fret if you see this, you're not going to have to do a string. This one's just a rubber band. Let me get that out of there now. So, oh, there's 2 of them in there. Yeah, check all your packaging when you get it. You don't want to throw things away. Now, a lot of these parts in this set is stuff that I really have a bunch of or I just would never use. So, Don't roll off. Putting that way in the back. And this guy here, when I put that backwards, goes here. Now you notice I'm not even close to getting this done. And I like doing these type of sets that I'm not really familiar with sometimes, because you might be able to find some. It's like anybody could build this stuff. Even if you're not interested in the theme, just build it. Somebody gives it to you as a gift. Don't return it to the store or anything like that. Just build it. Well, Jay, I'm not interested in friend sets, and that's what my friend gave me. Well, put it together anyways. You mix it in with your regular Lego bricks, no one's even going to know. Just build it. I mean, I'm not going to judge you, because I build those sets. I can't judge anybody for liking a certain theme. Now, I haven't touched the stickers yet, so I don't know where these are going to go here. I'm going to make 2 of these columns. They go right here. Now, anybody remembers that big, massive spaceship that I built? I don't think this is going to be that quality. But I tell you right now, this doesn't look too bad. Well, this is clear. Well, not clear, but it's transparent. Transparent light blue, more precise. And I got to make 2 of these. All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to make these into an assembly line real quick. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about some vacation spots. I've been kind of looking on the map. Kind of thinking of doing something solo. Maybe just take the old truck up somewhere and, you know, clean the bed down really good, and that's where I'll sleep at for the night, in the bed of the truck. No tent. You just roll out the sleeping bag and you sleep under the stars. And that's how it is. And the food and stuff, you would put the food somewhere else. You wouldn't want to put the food in your sleeping quarters. Some people do that. It's not advised that you do. So if I do decide to go out and do something, that's what I'm going to do, just for fun. Maybe for a night or two. Just find a place that I've never been to. But if I do, I'm going to stay in an actual campground. I'm not going to park off the road or anything like that. I'm just kind of thinking of some places to go hiking. The only technology I'll bring will be the phone, and maybe have to pull this off, or this thing was being a turd, and some way to do storage so I can back things up. And then just make videos, just some hiking videos or something. I'm trying to think of some places though. And today I think is the 27th. I gotta get one more work project done that's due, so I can hurry up and get paid for it. And then I'll start thinking of something. Yeah, one more thing that's due before I start another big workload, but I kind of want to just hurry up and get it done, but I can't race to get a project done. But I'm just trying to think of some place. Like, I was just looking on the map, just like what places would be kind of cool to go exploring wise, like what I'm doing right now, except I'm using a hand cam. I could talk about box and tutorials while I'm looking at scenic stuff, and then that's how I would go about doing it. I don't know yet. Maybe one night just film a video of me cooking dinner and just sitting there talking, or just doing a campfire video would be cool too. Just some fun stuff, you know. So for those who've never been camping, or okay, this doesn't go here, or has never been, you know, on a trip with me before, there you go. Then I could just sit there and maybe just sit there and talk about a story around a campfire or something like that. And of course, mostly it would just be, I think, first person. You won't see my face, but it'd be just like you're there, just looking at the fire and just listening. Even told my bunch, I said, you know what, I'm overdue. I said, I'm thinking about going at it alone. Oh, it'd be scary. I'm thinking, can't be any worse than the stuff that I've done in the past. Then we have to make 4 little jars. Oh, is that we're going to keep the alien species we find? We're going to put them in there. So that's what the syringe is for. All right. Okay. And then now, yeah, I completely filled up a memory card. So now I'm trying to get done with editing a bunch of videos right now. This is printed. It's kind of cool. That goes right here. And I make 2 more of these things. I notice it's color coded. I don't know if that's intentional or just to make it easy to build, but I always like the color coded stuff. Maybe I should have started with the big pieces first. And when I was reading the camping video, I know a few of you told me you like camping. It's just fun. I'm with a family who doesn't like doing any of that stuff, and it's kind of sad too. This gray one goes the other way from the yellows, and I think what it is that I'm not confined. Like right now I'm in a house making Lego videos surrounded by tons of technology, and that's just it. When I'm out camping, I may have my phone with me and stuff, but I'm more interested in what's around me than having the phone. And if I want to film something and document it just to preserve a place for myself, then so be it. You know, I have that thing. Like I'll watch some of my old hiking videos. I'm like, it feels like I'm there again because I've experienced it. You do get a white ingot piece too. Just saw that, but that's why I do them, so I can preserve those. And I am missing a white brick. So, oh, I see it now. But that's why I like doing those type of videos. I'll skip a page here. All right. I have a feeling that arch is going to go there. So far it looks like it's playable. And honestly, just the way it looks like it's just I ran out of pieces and I'm just throwing any old brick in there. There we go. And there's nothing wrong if you build multicolor. A lot of people are not going to have these parts, so what they'll do is, even with my own tutorials, I did find somebody who pretty much copied my stuff again and just claimed it as his work. And you obviously know what happened to that guy. I'm just like, dude, don't be that type of person. And build some kind of a control panel here. Alrighty, so they have an ingot piece going in the middle here. You know, I could probably do all this in one whole sitting, but I don't think I'm going to risk it. And this tile here is printed. It's kind of an interesting print work. Never seen that before. like a map, like you'd use it for a radar or something. And then this gets rotated around. This gets shoved right above the jars and right here, right in that area. I'm going to plug in this light here, and I'll show you guys and gals what I mean here. So let me get this situated for you real quick. And then I'm going to show you, because it's kind of dark in there from what my camera's showing. And screw that in there. And yes, it's wire nutted in. Oh yeah, make sure I unplug the right one, because this camera doesn't have a battery. And now if this was facing right here, you can see it's just oversaturated my video. But now I can come in here and show you. As a matter of fact, I could just come back further like that. Now you could see in there. And that's warm white too. Look at that. That's really bright, huh? And yeah, there's no switch on this. But I think the best thing to do is to bring this light back about here, and then it's just perfect. So, alrighty, but that's what it is. And we're actually going to put our first sticker on now. I just wanted to see how that worked. And now you see why I want to do that, because then it gets rid of this whole shadow effect here. And it looks like we're putting this one here on this 2x4 flat tile. And I'm starting to get way too many of these 2x4s. I don't know if the sticker will stay on there or not. And then that's it. Well, let me know if you watched this video and you made it that far. Do you like that light there to light up the inside? But I can't tell until I look at the video from my end when I'm editing. And if it does work, I'll do it. I may not get to it for maybe a week. But I want your opinion too. And this thing goes right on this side right here. See, this light's only going down. So if I put it like this, you're going to get a shadow. And you saw how the other thing just kind of flooded out that area of the camera. I may just go and buy one of those halo lights and just go for it. So I can take it, we're going to be building some claws on here too. As we have these. Wasn't really any scratched up parts in this set, so far, what would I give this set right now? Hasn't missed a piece. Instructions are easy to follow, except for the mistakes I've been making, but probably like a 9.9 to 10. That's pretty good. So don't expect it to be a failing grade just yet, but we haven't finished. I may place a piece on here next, and I was hoping it would just cave in and crumble. We don't know. That's a waste of a Technic gear there. Or it could be used for something. Okay. We are building a mirror of something now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prepare it. Because steps 69 and 70 are the same parts, they're just mirrors. So 69 is here, 70 is here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I think that's supposed to hang over. Yeah, stud here. Is that a hollow stud? It looks like it is. I mean, that's the only ones in this that are here. Oh, we got a pair of shears too. Well, it looks like that lady who has the undercut, that's probably her secret weapon there. So when the crew is asleep, she'll give them all the side shave look. All right, and then after that, we put these on. So you're going to have to really force those in. There we go. And then we got to build 2 of these things next. So just read ahead, make sure, and then that's it. I think after this bag here, I'm going to start preparing for bed. Or I may just do it after and just sit here and do all this in one big mass sitting, just to get it done here. Hold on. That's not supposed to go on there. The bearing's supposed to go on there. Yeah, there was my nephew was telling me about, there was a massive party going on in the neighborhood. And, you know, boys will be boys, but they said that they were loud, and I guess the sheriff was called. Surprised they actually showed up. And I'm like, I didn't hear a thing out here, and I've been kind of working in the room and stuff like that. And with the window cracked open, I've been hearing more of the loud trucks going by than anything else. Okay, these are not going on here. What am I doing wrong? Okay, I want to show you something. These things are kind of locked in here. So you're going to be very careful. Like this piece here is going to go inside of there. So in addition to putting that on that stick, you're going to have to line these up here. Make it so the hands can open up all the way. So see right here versus that. So when I put that in there, I got to make sure that that's squared and this lines up with this. So now these all open up at once. And then they have the rubber band that goes, the rubber band goes right way in here. I think the easiest way to do it is just by opening that up all the way and then just wrapping that around there. If you got someone to help you, it'd be better. I'm doing it solo, so I'm afraid I'm going to break the rubber band on this. So even I'm having a hard time. I can't get this last one over here. Let's give it another shot here. Or just do it like that, but if this breaks, that's it. And that's now you can see yeah, not too bad. Well, we're going to have to do that again. So let's see if we can oh, wait a minute, I put it on backwards. Uh-oh. This is supposed to be the other way, so what am I going to do? Just going to pop that out and put it like this. There we go. Whoops. Well, that explains it, huh? Start sticking those in there. Sometimes I make mistakes, guys. It's gals, it's how it is. And then that's backwards. It's easier when they're closed. Just hope you line all that up there. And then there you go. Now for this, I hate putting that on there, You're really going to have to strain to get this in here. So now, in addition to this thing sticking out, but you know what, I think it might be easier if I just take that out of there and then just keep this open and just do it like this. Yeah, because this one here went so quick. And then stick this guy in here. So, I mean, they make that rubber band going on here, right here. They make that so easy. And no, it's not easy at all. And of course, these go on here. And we're getting pretty wobbly here. And then they show it like this. Alright. Best thing to do is to rotate these up so I can keep that flat on the ground. And then we got a few more things left. We got the lady's scissors that she uses to give the guys the undercuts when they're sleeping. And don't need the mosquito in here. And I think the crowbar goes there. And the scissors go over here. So this is probably the salon studio. So she can keep her side cut all trimmed up. And does it ask for one scissor or two? And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. Okay. Yes, I got the bag 4 in a bigger bin, because this one's actually got bigger parts. And I always put this in here, so if this falls, when I mix them up, I can peek inside and know what number that is still. So if you don't have containers that you can easily number, that's what you do. Alright, so bag 4 doesn't tell us, but we need 2 pieces out of the bulk bin. You need one of these big large rims, you know, and this thing right here. Okay. And we don't need these right now. They want us to focus back here in this area. Now, it probably would have been easier if they would have just put this without having to reach in there. Sometimes Lego's, method of doing building guides is beyond to me. Because you shouldn't have to reach in to do that, because I'm having a hard time pressing that in there. All those tiles we put in there and you end up covering them up. Yeah. And then this, I'm not sure what kind of Technic brick this is. I thought maybe it was going to be for something, but matter of fact, we're covering up that piece back there. And then a couple of these. Almost looks like the steering wheel lock in my car where you stick the key in the middle here. I wanted to, for a while, convert my truck over to push to start. But then again, that would be something else that would break down and I'd have to fix it, so I'd rather just keep the mechanical. Although I need to take the whole ignition switch thing out, and I want to completely relube and clean everything down. I got the service literature for that, so I need to get a little gutsy and tear that completely down and just clean everything. A lot of the newer cars, talking about newer in the 90s though, they started doing all that. Where the switch is, when you start up the car, everything's underneath the dash. So when you put the key in and you start it up, you're actually pulling a rod not only that it unlocks your steering wheel, but you're pulling a rod that turns on the car. So if somebody wanted to hotwire it, they ain't gonna get far. So I need to make 4 of these. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing eventually. And take out that stupid warning buzzer when you put in it. It goes, you know, I'm going to take that and put a nice chime in there and make it better. Make it sound a little bit better than what it is. Must be some kind of fuel cells or something. I don't know what these are going to be for. Maybe it's the this is a nuclear powered sub. We don't know. All right, and then there's a lot of detail in there for this. All right, so the cupboards. All right, I'm going to show you something. They made a boo-boo here. See how that door hinge is right there? They want you to make 2 of these, but if you did, the door will open up the other way. So you're going to have to make mirrors of those. So like this one here is going to be backwards from the building guide. We're just going to stick to this one here. Now it matches that picture. Okay, so just be careful. You can tell that this needs another revision check on it. I looked at that and I thought, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you have the same thing and mirrored like that? Now I can open these up like that. The instructions would have said put the hinge here, but right here, the door's on that side. So I'm glad now I looked at that and just didn't trust it. Because that really would have made a mess. Okay. Okay, I gotta make 2 of these. Okay. But I'm glad to hear that you guys like this style of video. At least it's different and stuff like that. And you get to watch the raw and cut me. You don't watch the filtered. And I need to order, if I want to make an airplane, I'm going to need a bunch of these. Okay, and then the other side is a pin with stud, and then they use a transparent orange round 1x1 flat tile on that end. Jay, could you, what the heck? Could you build one of these sets in one sitting? No, but what the heck was that for? It was like I picked it up and something was hanging on it. Oh, nasty hair. I don't think it matters. Okay, yeah, there is. Have it to where this part here is facing up. I don't know how critical it is. And then we're going to stick our propellers in and down like that. Well, if I can get them in the hole. Because for all we know, they'll be like this. We don't know. Okay. Go right in this hole. Okay. We gotta do another one here. This is one of those Technic, or these are big tire rims. You only get one of those. And then, like, what do you use that for? And looks like we are on this side here. And then one of these. You can feel a little breeze. Huh, not too bad. It's bad you couldn't rig a motor up to make a nice little fan. I don't think it matters which one we put this in here. Well, whatever it is, it needs to be on opposing sides. You know what I'm going to do? Take that out real quick, if I can even get it out. I'm going to keep it to where it's lined up with this. Just I have no clue. And then we're going to shove these in here. So now these are with these. And this goes on the back like that. Now it makes more sense. There we go. Even shows it to you like that too. And I've only had to do this a few times in my building guides. I had to show like a straight on view of something. Okay. Now we got to do another portion of this. And oh, this is the top part. It's like the back part of a plane. I need to buy some plane parts. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled because I still want to build a jet. I've always wanted to build a jet. And I'm talking about the big jobbies, not something little. You know how I build my, what everybody calls a J-stiffer scaled and the minifigure scaled. I want to build something big. So eventually we're going to get that far. Right now I can't. But maybe I'll hunt around and see if I can find a couple of pieces to actually build the whole plane. And yeah, I'll do a test this weekend on the parts list for something. And that's how it goes in there. Not a fan of those holes, but you just have to pretend that those don't exist. Yeah, I'm going to run a test on the parts list on the memberships tab and see how well it works. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Well, I thought maybe that was going to fit perfect in here, but it didn't. All right, so make sure you have 10 studs inside there. Or what you could do, start with the yellow 2x2 plate and stick a bunch of jumper plates in here. Those are in medium azure. I think I was looking for medium azure and I didn't think I had any when I was doing another project. So I had to do an alternative color. And then after that, it goes on the top of here. Oh, you're going to have to really muscle that in, huh? Oh, it's not too bad. It went in there not too bad. You're just going to have to squeeze it in there a little bit. Not too bad, though. Just kind of muscle that in there. Just kind of squeeze all those joints. It's almost like a plane on the side, too. If I can just get a hold of those parts, that and the wings, I can do the rest myself. Like, I got a couple of these, but no, I need this just to make the fuselage and stuff like that. Then I can have some fun with the airplane and have a bunch of Karens running around complaining how bad the flight is and have a screaming child that screams for 8 hours, and somebody complains about how bad the peanuts are in coach. Now, I've never been on an airplane before, so I have no clue. And if I would ask an airport or even an airline if I can take a tour of one of their planes to get some inspiration, they'll probably tell me no. So I won't even waste my time. I've never been in an airplane to really see it in person. So at that point, it just won't do me any good. Okay, that's kind of weird there. We're making another one, but this one here is in dark blue. I'm just going to do it here so I don't have to move things around. This one's in dark blue here. We got a hatch piece that's supposed to go on the top. Is that another mosquito that I saw? I'm tired of getting eaten up alive. There we go. It's this piece here. There's a little bit of a scratch there. I don't know if that happened when I put it in. I'll have to look at my footage. And okay, so we're going to have to build this thing here first. Okay, we need some of these. I like these transparent parts. Pretty cool. And these right here are pretty clever. I'll show you one of them here in a second. These right here, if this was in white or maybe tan and make, well, white, it'd make great toilet paper pieces or towel pieces, like a hand towel. So now those parts exist. There you go. So just imagine it being a roll of toilet paper hanging off of a wall. And they have this right here. It goes like that. It's almost like a Technic pin would fit in there like that, so I think this is meant to probably slide. They may not use it like that, but I think this is meant to kind of slide. Okay, dark blue goes here, and white goes on the other side. We obviously know which way this thing's going. And it goes right here on the fuselage, or whatever you want to call it, the hull. Oh, water's just going to pour right in there, Lego. In there. This thing, I mean, probably after 30 seconds, the crew's going to be, let's just say they're not going to be very pleasant. Okay, so that's why they left this out. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Now we're going to work on this one here. These will also be good for tanker trucks too. Like I said, I need to scarf up some of these pieces. I have some smaller ones in this, but I may want to get a few of these. Oh, I see. Like, am I doing something wrong? No, this goes here. This camera's sure getting hot. I don't use it this much like I normally would. If that camera ever breaks down, I'm gonna have to order a new one, but it's just got to hang in there a little longer here. But I think it might be the viewfinder. I wonder if I put the viewfinder like that, because it's only on one side where the viewfinder's close, or it's up against it, so I may want to. My professional job, he has a little fan inside to always keep it cool. We got a horse thing here. And a couple of plates in here, round plates with the stud on the top. And then I was getting excited we were going to have big steering wheels for this for once, but no, what do we have? These. And there you go. And then this goes on here like this. I forgot a piece here. There we go. So, and this is meant to pop off to have access inside. Not too bad. And then we got to put a sticker on this poor piece right here. And that's sticker number 1. Lego, you couldn't print this on there? Seriously? You know, I mean, if my silk screening machine would do flat pieces, I'd use that instead and just scan a copy in. And then this goes right here, right next to the steering wheel. All right. Yeah, usually I don't do videos like this continuously, but I'm doing it today until I get all the reviews done. Okay, we gotta make 2 big lights. Because I'm kind of hunched over trying to look through the viewfinder just to kind of see. Wait a minute. Okay, we're doing it right. Tells you to put the bearing plate on first, but now I put the tile on top of that first. It's easier to do this, for me anyways. And then we put the clip on the back. And then we attach the lights on to here. Line those up, that's one, and you can just make these things swing. Rotating be kind of pointless. And there we go, right there. And we're ready for bag 5, but we're not going to do that right now. We only have one. No, we got 2 stickers remaining right there. So far, the parts, when I was going through the parts, they just seemed okay. I wasn't too excited about the build at first, but now, that's way up remaining. But now, putting this together, I honestly can tell you that this is not too terribly bad for what it is. And yeah, let me plug in my light real quick for you. Use that again. And I know where I'll keep it away from everything here. So as you can see, it's not too terribly bad. And so you have access into the interior here. I'm not sure. I think those are just meant to be decorations. And then we can take a look in there. Not too bad. And then doing this one hand is a pain. That's why I need to have this on a tripod. But now you can see right inside there. If I took the light away, that's what it looks like versus this. So, and this is the same color as the light I have in here now. I've been thinking about doing something like this, but that's just casting a shadow. What I'm going to do eventually is get rid of the shadow here, so it'll just be like this. Put a light here this way and one over here, so you won't have to see all that. So I'm pretty much happy with the build on this so far. It's nothing too bad. And just need to figure out how to keep the light on this, but because that's too much. But so far, it's interesting. It's not quite what I had in mind, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty robust. I'm thinking the rest of this we're going to finish up later. We'll say that for the next installment. Tell me what you think so far.